So now see further. Now this is a table which will show you what to add and what to subtract. You have learned about the 4 types of adjustments in subscription. So first we will be writing always subscription received during the current year. And out of that subscription received during the current year, we have to add 2 adjustments and we have to subtract the 2 adjustments. Which 2 will be added? The first thing is that the current year subscription outstanding, the amount which should have been received in the current year as current year subscription, if it is not received, that will be termed as outstanding subscription of current year. That will be added because it is the income of current year. And if subscription was outstanding last year, that will be subtracted. Subscription outstanding in the beginning of the year will be subtracted. Why it will be subtracted? Because actually it was income of the last year. And because this amount would have been received in the current year, that's why we are deducting it from the amount received. Because our objective is to calculate the current year subscription income only. So because whatever the amount has been received, it is including the last year amount received. That's why we have deducted it. And whatever the amount for the current year have not been received, that is not included in it. That's why we have added it. Then outstanding subscription for the current year is current year asset, and outstanding subscription for the last year is last year asset. Then similarly, we have received some subscription in advance last year, and obviously it will belong to the current year. It is the income of the current year. That's why we are adding it in the amount received, because this amount will not be received again from the members in the current year. This is already paid by them last year. So we have to include that amount. And because this amount was received last year, so it was a liability for the last year. Similarly, we would have received the amount in the current year also as advance subscription. This amount will belong to the income of the next year. That's why it is not an income of the current year. And because we have received this amount, that's why we are deducting this amount from the subscription. And after doing these all 4 adjustments in the subscription, we will be getting subscription to be shown in the income and expenditure account. Now coming to the question, see this question. From the following, extract of receipt and payment account. See, it is not a complete account. Only one information is given. A part of the receipt and payment account is given. That's why it is termed as extract of receipt and payment account. And additional information. Compute income from subscriptions for the year ended 31st March 2020 and show it in the final accounts of the Heritage Club. Now, receipt and payment account is given, and it is showing that we have received total subscription rupees 1 lakh in the current year. But it may be there that some of the amount is not received for the current year, some of the amount is received for the last year, some of the amount is received for next year, and some of the amount is not received, reason being that amount has already been paid in advance last year. So there are these 4 possibilities which information is given in the additional information. Outstanding subscription for current year is 20,000 and outstanding subscription for last year is current year is 40,000 and last year is 20,000. You have to be particular about the years. Only then you will be able to understand which information is for current year and which information is for last year. If you will somehow misinterpret it, your answer will become wrong. Then subscription received in advance. Last year it was received in advance 30,000. This year it is received in advance 20,000. So we have to show how much amount to be shown as income from subscription for the year ended 31st March 2020. And we have to show this information in final accounts of the Heritage Club. So we have written the name of the club, Heritage Club. We have written the name of the format, income and expenditure account for the year ended. In the income, we will write by subscription, and whatever amount has been received in receipt and payment account, that amount first we will write. Then we will do adjustment. So the amount received is 1 lakh. Now outstanding subscription for current year is 40,000, that we will add. We will do the adjustment simultaneously. Outstanding subscription current year and it is 40,000. So if we will add it, then further we have to add what? We have to add subscription received in advance in the last year. That we will be adding. So plus, okay, before that we will write this outstanding subscription for current year in the current year balance sheet. This is current year balance sheet. Current year. And this will be an asset for the current year, outstanding subscription for current year will be 40,000. Now next is subscription received in advance 30,000. So that we will add here advance subscription last year or better we should write completely advance subscription received last year $30,000. Now the total will be 1,70,000. 1,70,000. Now we will subtract outstanding subscription last year because it would have been received in the current year. Subscription outstanding for on 31st March 2019 and the last year's this was it was 20,000. This will be subtracted. So when we will subtract it, we will get 1,50,000. 1,50,000. Now we will get subtract the subscription received in advance in the current year, that is 20,000. Subscription received in advance in the current year, that is 20,000. So this way our current year income will be 1,30,000. So I hope these all four adjustments are clear. Now we will deal with them in balance sheet also. So first one we have write in the asset side of the current year balance sheet, because this is current year outstanding. Then this was advance subscription received last year, so it will be liability of last year. So we will write in the last year balance sheet. This is the balance sheet for last year. Last year. Advance subscription and it was 30,000. Then we have got last year outstanding, that was asset of last year, outstanding subscription 20,000, and we have received subscription in advance in the current year, that is liability of current year, advance subscription 20,000. So this is the proper presentation of these all adjustments and informations regarding subscription in the financial statements of not-for-profit organization. Now we can make a ledger account of it also. Sometimes the question may ask you to prepare the ledger account of subscription account, and you have to calculate the amount to be shown as income in the income and expenditure account. So if we don't want to do this addition and subtraction, then how we will be getting this amount with the help of subscription account, that you have to understand. So first thing is that whatever is the amount outstanding for last year, what type of balance it will be having, the amount which was outstanding last year, the entry would have been done subscription outstanding account debit to subscription account. If you try to understand the entry would have been subscription outstanding account debit, because I have to increase my income. So all incomes are credited, that's why I have to credit my income. And because this amount is a representative personal account and it is a debtor account, debit the debtor, the rule will be applied this like, so this account will be debited. Now this amount was outstanding last year, and now when I will come to the current year, I will reverse this entry. I will reverse this entry, subscription account debit to subscription outstanding account, so that I will be getting current year subscription income only. So here it will be subscription account debit to outstanding subscription account. So this amount was 20,000 last year. Subscription outstanding amount was 20,000. I hope this first entry is clear. Then the last year advance subscription. The journal entry would have been, because it is a liability for you, so you would do the entry subscription account debit to advance subscription. Last year you would do this entry for accounting the advance subscription. You will reduce the subscription account by the amount of advance subscription, and because it is a liability, that's why it will be credited to advance subscription account. Now in the current year this entry will be reversed, and this entry will become advance subscription account debit to subscription account. This entry will get reversed. So here we will be writing by advance subscription. And this amount was last year, amount received was 30,000. Advance subscription received last year was 30,000. So these two entries will be done. This was the opening balance of outstanding subscription account, and this was the opening balance of advanced subscription account. And you can also think it journal entry wise, you can also think it balance wise. Like outstanding subscription would be having a debit balance, so written on the debit side. Advanced subscription would be having a credit balance, that's why written on the credit side. Okay. Now the next part is that we have received the subscription in the current year. Let me shift it to the next page. So what entry we would have done when we are receiving the subscription in the current year? The journal entry will be bank account debit to subscription account. Bank account debit to subscription account. So the entry will be here by bank account. And this amount received is 1 lakh. And after doing this entry, bank account debit to subscription account, we would do the journal entry subscription account debit to income and expenditure account. Subscription account debit to income and expenditure account, to income and expenditure account. As you can see, we have written here by subscription. So the journal entry will become subscription account debit to income and expenditure account. This amount we will calculate with the help of this account. Right now, two more adjustments are there. So now we have to see what is the amount of current year outstanding subscription. Current year outstanding subscription is 40,000. And for that, what journal entry we would have done? We would have done the same journal entry, subscription outstanding account debit to subscription account. So this journal entry with the amount of 40,000 will go to the subscription account here in the credit side by outstanding subscription account. This is for current year, and the current year amount is 40,000. Then next entry for the advance subscription, we would be doing the same entry, subscription account debit to advance subscription account. So we will write it here, to advance subscription account, and the amount will be 20,000 received as advance. Now if we balance it, then we will get it as balancing figure. What amount should be transferred to income and expenditure account as the current year income. So we will always write it as balancing figure. We will total the credit side. And then we will subtract the debit side amounts. Now the total of the credit side will be 1,70,000. Total which should always be double underlined. And the same total will come on the opposite side. Out of this 1,70,000, we will subtract this 40,000, and our balance will be 1,30,000. So this way we come to know that our current year income for subscription account is previous year outstanding is debit and current year is credit. No. Try to understand the meaning of these journal entries. I will explain it again. Wait. Okay. I should remind you what journal entries to be done. Journal entries for subscriptions. First journal entry for subscription is bank account debit to subscription account. This is the first journal entry. Then at the end of the year, I realized, suppose I have received rupees 1 lakh in the current year. Let's do the question with journal entries so that you will be able to understand these things. Now at the end of the year, I realized that rupees 10,000 I have not received. Then it will become outstanding subscription for current year. Am I correct? Keep responding so that I will be able to explain you these things. Yes. So it will increase my income if I will account for it, or it will decrease my income. If I will do accounting of outstanding subscription, it will increase my income. And if I want to increase my income, I should credit the subscription account or I should debit the subscription account. First think about that. I should credit the subscription account, obviously, because I want to increase my income. Then second thing is that whatever amount I have not received, that is my asset, and asset account should be debited or credited. It should be debited. So my asset account name is outstanding subscription account debit to subscription account. To subscription account. This will be the entry. So here I will write the amount 40,000. This is current year outstanding subscription. And then I am saying that this entry would have been done last year outstanding subscription also. The last year outstanding subscription was 20,000. The same entry would have been done last year also. Why we have reversed that? That is the point to be understood. Let me do the entry for advance subscription first. Now, I realized that out of this 1 lakh, I have received rupees 20,000 as advance for the next year. Out of this 1 lakh rupees, I have received rupees 20,000 as advance for next year. So this is not my current year income. So should I reduce this income? Yes, should I reduce this income? So now if I want to reduce this income, I should debit subscription account to reduce this income. So in the journal entry, I will reduce the income by debiting subscription account, debit. Now what is the name of my liability? The name of the liability is to advance subscription. To advance subscription account. And the advance subscription received is 20,000. Now when I will move to the next year, what will happen? This asset will be finished. So I will reverse this entry in the next year. The next year entry will be subscription account debit. To outstanding subscription. I have reversed this entry in the beginning of the next year to outstanding subscription account. And when I will reverse this entry, you are seeing this entry here. For the last year, you are seeing this entry here. And for the current year, you are seeing this entry here because of this entry. Now I hope both of these entries are clear to you, why this entry is here and why this outstanding subscription entry is here. Yes, any previous year entry will be reversed then. Same is the case with advance subscription also. This entry will also get reversed in the next year. In the next year, this entry will become advance subscription account debit. Advance subscription account debit to subscription account. Your liability will get finished. The moment you will enter the next year, your liability will get finished. You have to reduce your liability. So that's why these entries are coming on the opposite sides. So these 4 entries should be clear. Then we will transfer our income to the income and expenditure account. So the entry will be subscription account debit. These are the journal entries for subscription account debit to income and expenditure account, to income and expenditure account. That's why your income is coming on the credit side of the income and expenditure account. So these entries will be done. So now we have discussed how to prepare the subscription account, how to do various adjustments, how to present them in the balance sheet regarding subscription. Rest we will practice tomorrow.